What's up everyone? Welcome back to my 4-Star School YouTube channel. In today's lesson, we're going to learn GetWidget in this GetX package. So we will base on this shopping cart example combined with the Get.create method, which inside the dependency management of this GetX package, and also I will using the GetWidget for this shopping item. So first I will give you a quick demo for today's lesson. As you see, we have this shopping cart, and I can increase the quantity for each item. And as you see, we have this total quantity, which indicate I have 2 Apple Watch. I can increase my headphone, so the total will be 5. And when I increase these shoes, and total number will also increase. I will using Get.create method and Get.lazyPut along with GetView and GetWidget in this example. So if you are new to my channel, feel free to reach out to my channel page and you will find Flutter UI from scratch tutorial, Flutter GetX tutorial, Flutter tutorial, and Dart programming language tutorial. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumb up my content, and open the notification so you won't miss out the latest Flutter tutorial. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Let's open our Visual Studio Code and Android emulator. As you see, here I wrote the code before today's lesson, and I will give you an explanation for the code I wrote. So first, let's look into our project structure. First, I have my car folder. Under car folder, we have car view and car controller. And then I have this item folder, and I have item view, item model, and item controller as well. And you can see in this project folder. So for our main entry, as you see, we return the GetMaterial application, and our home will be our card view. The card view would be the page you see on here. So inside the card view, we have a scaffold and we have add bar. Just have our title, my card, shown here. And then we have a column widget. Inside column widget, we're going to list out all the items which you see here, right? And the item will be in this item view. So the item just the layout for each of those shopping items. And the most important part is this initial binding. So as you see, I'm using this binding builder just for easy in this case. If you don't know what is binding builder, you can find my dependency management tutorial for GetX in my GetX tutorial playlist. So the binding inside this binding builder, I just using this LazyPut and inject our card controller. So what is card controller? Let's check the card controller. Inside this card controller, we extend the GetX controller, and we only have this simple variable. As you see, this total quantity, and we have 2 methods. One is to increase our total quantity, another one is decrease our total quantity. So as you see here, I'm using this LazyPut, means this card controller would have a single instance which share among this whole view, this card view, right? So every time I click those increase button for different items, a total quantity will be increased since it shared among this entire card view. So another one is this item controller. As you see, I'm using this Get.create method, means I will create this item controller every time I'm using this Get.find method. So let's look into the code for this item controller. So for the item controller, we also have this quantity variable. you see, and in here, and we have increase method which increase the quantity for each item. And so we have this reset method, because when I decrease the quantity for each item, it can be minus. So I will check if it smaller than 0, I will reset to 0 for each item's quantity. Back to this GetX widget.dart, and we're using different approach to inject our dependence. So for this LazyPut for the card controller, so let's look into this card view. As you see, this card view, I'm going to extend the GetView, because this card controller will share the same instance, right? So I'm using this GetView, and by default GetView will return the getter method for this card controller. So I can just using the controller in our GetView. So I'm going to search the, as you see, we have this controller which provided by this GetView, and we could access to the variable here, and also we could increase it or decrease it. That's for our card view. And back to this item view. So in the item view, and here I'm using the GetWidget. So that means every time you will find the same instance for our item controller, because we are using the Get.create. You will create different instance when we're using Get.find, right? So here we also have this controller variable. Here we're using controller decrease the item, and we have another one is increase. So this controller is provided by this GetWidget. We're going to find the same instance. So let's look at this debug console. As you see, when I start our application, first we have our material controller load into memory. Then we have this card controller. As you see, we only have one card controller. And then we have this item controller. It will print out 4 times, right? Because we have 4 items. And each time I using the controller.increase, you will get the same instance for us, because we're using this GetWidget. In this item view, we're using shopping cart controller, and we find this cart controller by using this get.find. So you will guarantee will find this cart controller for us, because we're using this LazyPut, and you will create a singleton instance for us. So that's for our item view. And as you see, for this increase method, I will first increase the count variable in this controller, which is item controller. Then I will also increase this quantity in this shopping cart controller as well. So you see, when I increase this t-shirt quantity, the total quantity will increase as well. And for our decrease method, so first I will decrease the quantity for that item I click. As you see, I decrease the quantity for this Apple Watch, and then I will check if the quantity is smaller than 0. If it's smaller than 0, I will reset the quantity to 0. Otherwise, I will decrease this total quantity. As you see, our total quantity decreased to 8. And then I click those decrease button twice. You see, it never ends to minus quantity, because we have this conditional statement to check if the quantity is smaller than 0. So that is our item view for this shopping cart. And let's look into our item model. So the item model just very simple class that do the object mapping for our shopping cart, and we define this image URL, the title, size, and price. And we have this static method which generate a list of items for us to use in our shopping cart. So that's basically the whole example for our shopping cart. Okay, I think that's all for today's lesson for this shopping cart example combined with GetWidget and Get.create. And I will post the code example along with this Mindmap to my Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on my content, and open the notification so you won't miss out the latest Flutter tutorial. And we will build the complete application using this GetX package after we finish this entire GetX series. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you in next video.